Hi, this is Deborah with Salvage Sister Mister. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a little pocket out of scrap paper. And I use leftover scrap paper for this project. So it's a great way to use up little pieces that you might not have another use for, so that we can make something like this. And I have a cat trying to get into the video. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you just need a piece of scrap paper, some scissors, and some glue. Just a little glue stick is fine too. So we're going to go ahead and fold the paper in half, and it just depends on whether you want it tall or on the smaller side, or fat, however you want to make it. If you have pattern paper, you want to decide, which is going to show on the outside and what, how you want it to go. If you want it up and down your pattern or what. So you're going to fold your paper in half. Okay, and so we're going to have, I just have one open here so you can kind of get an idea. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is do this fold right here. So you can measure if you want, but I'm just going to eyeball it and just try to make sure it's straight. If you have really, really stiff paper to work with, then, like this is moderate, like a moderate paper. But if you have really stiff, then any kind of, as soon as you make a fold, it's going to be permanent. So just think about that. But this is just a regular kind of cardstock type paper. Okay, and then I need a fold at the bottom as well. Move that over, make sure you can see that. And the scissors running it down just helps to get a nice fold in there. And you can use a pencil or whatever works for you. Okay, so now this is where we're at. Now I need to remove this bottom part here. So from the fold over, I'm going to cut that out. So you're just going to cut to the bottom there. And then now you can unfold this and just go straight down that seam and remove that. So you won't need that piece of paper. Okay, so now we're like this. Now we're going to go ahead and just 45 that. So we have a nice fold edge there. Okay, so now we're exactly right here with this. Now I need to go ahead and cut off the corner here so you don't have any overlap, because if you have an overlap, the paper tends to stick out. Okay, so now this is exactly where we're at with this part. Now we need to go ahead and as far as down as you want your, the outside of your envelope to be, is where you want to cut off this part here. So I'm going to start right here. You can always start high and then move it down if you want. So I'm just going to take this edge off. Okay. Now, so that's exactly where this part is. Now you want to go ahead and take off this part here on this side. So it should go right along this same line. And you can use a ruler if you want. I'm just going to eyeball it. The thing is that it will show, if you're super particular, it will show if your edge isn't straight. So you'll want to, if you're super particular about it, you want to make sure that you use a ruler. I'm just doing this one for example, so okay, so now here I have the overhang, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And you want to make sure that when you're cutting that off, you don't cut your seam here, otherwise you're going to have problems. Okay, so that's all lined up, and this is where you'll glue. You'll glue right here, glue right there. Now this is sticking out a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and lower that angle. All right. Now, and then you'll have these glued. Now you can do whatever you want. In this one, we have the rounded. If you want to just do some corners here, you can do that. If you have some design scissors and you want to try and do something like this, you can do, oops, you can do that. So you have a lot of choices in that. And then once you get to something like this, you can go ahead and put an offsetting, you know, just like a fancy envelope. You can do a little offsetting color here, and that's what we'll be doing for today's project. Thanks for watching.